This procedure demonstrates osteochondral autograft transplantation using an arthroscopic technique. Osteochondral defects between 1 centimeter and 2.5 centimeters in the weight-bearing part of the knee are preferably treated with osteochondral autograft transfer. This procedure can also be used for the failure of previous microfractured focal cartilage defects. In this case, the medial femoral condyle of the right knee is visualized arthroscopically. The tube harvester has already been assembled. Using a set of Oates sizers, the diameter of the defect has been measured at 8 millimeters. To extricate the defect, gently impact a 9 millimeter arthroscopic harvesting tube to a depth of approximately 10 to 12 millimeters. Avoid rotating the harvester during impaction. Remove the harvester and bone core by axially loading the harvester and rotating the driver 90 degrees clockwise, then 90 degrees counterclockwise. A relatively violent twist clockwise and counterclockwise is typically necessary to actually fracture the plug at the base of the subchondral surface. Using a calibrated Oates alignment stick of the appropriate diameter, measure the recipient socket depth and align the angle of the recipient socket in relation to the position of the insertion portal. Harvesting of the donor plug through an arthroscopic approach is quite difficult. Therefore, a small arthrotomy is used. The plug is typically obtained just proximal to the sulcus terminalis. This procedure is not demonstrated here. Introduce the plug that was harvested from the superolateral trochlea just proximal to the sulcus terminalis through the harvesting tube through the inferomedial portal. The use of satellite portals is often necessary for correct trajectory of plug placement. However, in this instance, the inferomedial portal had correct trajectory to introduce the plug. When the tube is fully seated, the bone core should remain slightly proud. Position a sizer tamp measuring at least 1 millimeter in diameter larger than the diameter of the bone core over the bone core. For final seating of the bone core, flush with the surrounding cartilage and tap the tamp lightly with a mallet. Great care is taken to avoid over-impaction or excessive levels of load during this impaction process, which might otherwise compromise chondrocyte viability. After the impaction process, view the knee during cycling to assess for the level of the plug relative to the surrounding articular surface.